If Leah and I were here, we could settle this case very quickly.
Gentlemen, it is my peculiar misfortune to always be in a position where I may eavesdrop. How can I be of service, Cousin Joseph?
Oh, Professor.
Ask me no questions, my friend, and I will tell you no lies.
Leonard, you could undo certain mischief that has been done this girl. I know you can help if you will.
I could, my dear Joseph. But I will not bring down the wrath of the unknown madman who is loose about these premises. It is a matter of self-preservation. I had nothing to do with hypnotizing this girl.
I have an idea that she may have already carried out the unknown's orders and that he no longer needs her.
Nevertheless, my dear Joseph, you must excuse me.
Just a minute, Professor. I wonder what would happen, Professor, if in connection with your sudden reappearance here, somebody dug up the old story of why you swindled Dr. Van E. and then ran off and let him take the rap.
I will not be blackmailed, Mr. Lee. And I observe again that you're a young man who knows too much for his own good. And I would also like to know where you obtained all this information. You're extremely young to have your fingertips on events of 20 years ago.
I have a memory like an elephant. I never forget something once I hear it. I'm a sharpie, Professor, as every one of you will admit before morning. Now, Doctor, I'd like to bore you with a few questions.
I wouldn't mind, young man, if you had the slightest idea of what you were looking for.
Maybe if we start back to the time around midnight, when you administered what you call a sedative to your daughter-in-law.
Are you inferring that I had anything to do with Laura's disappearance?
Why do you keep evading the issue, Doctor? You know you'll have to confess when the police get here anyway.
I would remind you, young man, that you're making a direct accusation, and I refuse to answer.
Look, I want the facts and I want them now. Let's cut out the mulberry bush routine. Listen, Bill, you're supposed to be a cop and you want to get back to homicide. Help me make the doctor loosen up. He knows a lot more than he's telling.
Well, sure, I'll help Terry, but first let's get Lilybeth out of this. Maybe she can tell us something.
Yes, Mr. Lee, it seems to me that you're not too anxious to have Lilybeth restored to consciousness.
What do you hear, Doc?
Her heart's in a very depressed condition. Someone's been giving her orders by mental telepathy.
Hey, could I learn to do that? Supposing Lilybeth was in the kitchen, could I telegraph her a wish for a cup of coffee, huh?
Perhaps, Raymond, someday when we have a little time, I'll indicate the principles of hypnosis to her.
My dear Joseph, the principle of hypnosis isn't as simple as you would make them believe. It requires a long and patient study. But I will risk the rest of the unknown. For I see you truly love this child. And for your sake, I shall use my knowledge.
Oh, gee, thanks, Professor. You're solid.
Och gloriet färdigt melletten, och flächen vart fyrfilletten, larum södion här. Wake up. Wake up.
Lilybeth, darling.
Keep your big hands to yourself. What are you slapping me for?
Professor, put her back to sleep. It's better that way.
What have you been doing to me?
Me? What have I been doing?
Yes, what have you been doing?
You gotta learn me that hypnotism trick. It's my only chance.
Tell me, Lilybeth, what happened?
Well, I can't seem to remember it. It all seems like a dream.
Did you see anyone?
No. But I do remember a perfume, a sweet odor.
Yes, go on.
Terry, darling. Oh, Terry, darling.
Yes, Jane. What is it?
Is it Halloween?
No, it isn't.
Then why was that green face bobbing up at the window?
What?
Yeah, a green face just like the one I saw in Miss Van E.'s room.
You saw a green face in Mrs. Van E.'s room?
Well, yes, darling, that's what she was shooting at. I mentioned it to you, but you're so scatterbrained.
Yes, dear, I'm scatterbrained. Does your mind feel rested now and everything after your nap?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good girl. Now, come on, tell me, what happened?
Oh, don't yell at me. I can tell you just how it happened. We were alone in the room, and Laura was going to sleep. And then she said, oh, take away the bandage. And I said, what bandage? And then she said, oh, don't shoot me. I didn't mean to do it. And then, the room got awfully black. I think somebody must have turned off the lights. Just like that.
Go ahead, you're doing fine.
Well...
Yeah, the lights had already gone out.
Uh-huh. And the room got awfully dark.
You've already said that. Think hard now. You saw a green mask.
It came out of the wardrobe.